Well, this is Steve Ridgel, and I want to be real clear that what I'm about to talk about is strictly my opinion. I might be right or I might be wrong, but it's just things I've thought about because right now in our country and in our culture, COVID is back. It's a different strain, and I get what everybody's going to say about there's not as many deaths, and I'm thankful for that. And people don't get as sick, and it's almost 100% non-vaccinated people. I get all of that. My wife and I have been vaccinated. Most of my family has. We wore masks when it was required. We don't wear them much now, but if we go somewhere where they want you to, we do. We're not out of shape about that. But I do notice I've been hearing a lot of churches begin to talk about, so what are we going to do this time? Even beginning to discuss again, do we stop meeting together? How do we handle this? And so I want to remind you of some things I think we learned during the last shutdown. And you don't have to agree with me, but here's what I pray for church leaders. And what I'm about to say has some risk, and it's going to take some courage, especially for people that are spiritual leaders. But here it is. Don't stop meeting. Now, do it different if you want to. If you want your preacher to preach online and you want to send that out to your members because you're not going to meet in person, I'm begging you to ask members to get together in groups of 5, 6, 2 families together. Hold it to under 10 if you want to, but have somebody you meet regularly with to worship. Or tell them to keep coming to the building and spread it out. If you've got 150 members, have 15 services with 10 people. Just don't stop meeting together, because there were some people we lost when they didn't come to church. And please, let's not again say this is just as good as it was. It's not. Sitting on your couch by yourself or in a very small group, isolated from the rest of the believers, is not the same. Not singing, not doing communion together, it is not the same. Now, if the most important thing is getting content put out to you, then that works, because your preacher, or you can get a better preacher than yours. You can listen to 2 or 3 preachers, but it's not the same. And let's don't tell people that it is. And let's don't tell people, hey, be a member long distance. You may live 200 miles away, but join our church, send your contribution, and you don't do life together that way. So I'm begging you this time, let's not shut down church. The other thing I'm going to beg Christian leaders to do is let's really serve people. I don't mean to say, do you have any needs and we'll see what we can do. I mean, let's show up and drive the people to the doctor that don't have anybody to drive them to the doctor. And let's show up and take a meal. And spiritual leaders, I'm telling elders and their wives especially, let's show up in front yards and pray for people that are getting sick. But there's some risk there. And what if I get it? I don't want to expose. I get it. And what I'm telling you is going to take some courage, and there's going to be some risk. And you know what? Some of us may get COVID. We might. But you know, Christians for centuries have been known as the people who walked into the face of danger to love and serve their fellow man. During the plagues all over, even in our country, even in my heritage in Churches of Christ, there are great things that were done in Nashville by David Lipscomb and others, where churches turned their whole building into hospitals, and nurses trained the women of the church to take care of people. Incredible ministry and service. I'm going to tell you, let's be courageous this time. Let's don't give in. Let's reach people. Let's talk to people. Let's don't let our people get disconnected, because the truth be told, during this last shutdown, we lost a lot of people. I don't mean your church just lost them. I mean they're not coming back. Yeah, now they may have been spiritually weak and on the edges, but isn't that who Jesus wanted us to reach? So let's have some courage this time. Let's be bold, and let's take some risk for the sake of Jesus. This is Steve Ridgel saying, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm really pretty convicted about this.